Hey everyone, you might realize kind of right now that it doesn't seem like there's a video game that we're about to play or watch me play, but in fact this is a game trailer. I'm kind of trying out this new format in which maybe some games that I've got some thoughts about but don't really have a way to get them out there, like maybe we'll just watch the trailer and kind of zip around and talk about what we see and get some thoughts down about what's coming. So the first game I wanted to do this with was a game I hadn't actually watched the trailer for yet. I've watched it once now, but it's Guitar Hero Live, which is the brand new reinterpretation of the Guitar Hero series that Activision is putting out later this year. They just did the reveal. I actually happened to be in Nashville when the reveal itself actually happened. Harmonix announced Rock Band 4 a couple months back, couple weeks back. But either way, what's super interesting about Guitar Hero Live, as you might be kind of picking up already, is that there's a lot of video going on here. In fact, Guitar Hero Live is essentially an FMV adventure that has been layered over the Guitar Hero game we already know. It's a different version of Guitar Hero. They have simplified the interface. I can actually just briefly just to show you what the interface looks like. Where is it? There it is. It was there. So you can see there's only 3 notes on the highway, and there's white and black notes, and that's what makes up the 6 buttons that you can play with. And so the way the game works is you have 3 buttons that you're primarily messing with, and then there are 2 buttons or another set of 3 buttons below that that make up the 6-button guitar. The idea being that you can essentially start creating chords or basic ideas of chords if you are using the white and black. So this was actually, that guy was part of the teaser before we actually had this game unveiled. And it seems like what they're going for here is trying to replicate the experience, and the previous games have done that by allowing you to create a character and create a band. And with the FMV, they appear to be ditching all of that. I can't imagine that you're going to be making a character of your own, and instead it's just you're already kind of a rock star, or maybe you come up with these guys. What they're showing here is this idea that, well, you don't have to tell me that when you're messing up playing the game, that you're going to be doing poorly, and people are going to throw things at you, and your band is going to make fun of you, and then boom, all of a sudden you start doing well, and as the camera rotates around, you realize, like, oh, your band's into it, and the crowd is into it, and it's this way of giving you feedback that feels, or at least conceptually, feels more like the real thing. It's such a goofy idea. I can't help but applaud them because it's really endearing that there's an FMV game, and appears to be there are no polygonal characters at all in this video game. I mean, this is a big budget game coming from Activision, the company that puts out Call of Duty, Destiny, a company that doesn't make anything that it doesn't think can be turned into a massive blockbuster, and they're gonna make an FMV game? Now, granted, the business model of that is that by not having polygons, it can run on just about any device. So there are some, you can see where the business model meets sort of the inherent goofiness of this being an FMV game. But when I start to think about this, and I don't want them to go into this stuff quite yet, we'll get there. But like when you're doing this, right? When you're watching people react to you, like how is it possible they're going to come up with enough scenarios that you're not just going to see that after the 5th or 6th time? If they somehow manage to get around the problem that a lot of these FMV games have, which is that they're novel the first couple of times, and then you end up running into these scenarios over and over again, I guess that's kind of impressive. That seems like a fairly ambitious goal, that they would have had to have recorded so much stuff to get around that. And it's interesting here to watch. Go ahead and pause this a little bit. The idea that we're now going to have a Rock Band 4 and then Guitar Hero Live, in which the way you play them is fundamentally different. The guitars for Rock Band are relatively the same, whereas with this, it's a different structure, which I guess, you know what? part of what was kind of boring about the Guitar Hero Rock Band rivalry was that they were more or less the same game. Guitar Hero started things out with Harmonix, and then Harmonix blazed their own trail with Rock Band, and then Guitar Hero was playing catch-up, even if Guitar Hero was, you know, equally as popular. And part of what Guitar Hero did was like, we're just going to put out a bunch of these games. So, you know, I mean, is the idea that because you have the FMV, you can play it on a phone? I don't know. This stuff is interesting. So when I bring up my concern about the FMV stuff, this is what maybe gets away from that, is like, I could watch a music video a bunch of times. That's not going to really bore me as nearly as much as watching like some poorly shot FMV like this. Like, this stuff is gimmicky. Like, I bet it's really fun when you're messing around with your friends and maybe at a party, but I don't, like, look at this. Like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this guy over and over again. Like, that is just going to get so tiresome so fast. That just seems, But then again, these Activision just making a Sewer Shark Guitar Hero game. There's just something really dumb about that I can't help but go, okay, I'm on board. And I guess, you know, I guess if there's a career mode associated with that, in which you're sort of traversing as a band, that could be interesting. I wonder how much of those actors you're going to be able to pick up on. You know, how many of those are going to be in all of the different venues. It's just so interesting because I don't have a lot of confidence that any of these games are going to do that well. I think there's going to be a spike of interest, but I have this feeling in the pit of my stomach that both Rock Band and Guitar Hero think they have outlived these games and their cycle, and that it's time for a reboot and people are going to embrace it. But I think it's entirely possible these fall into party syndrome, where if you see any of these games at your friend's place, you're interested in playing them, but are you really going to buy one yourself? Like, these are general phenomenons in which a lot of people bought dumb peripherals, great peripherals, and dumb peripherals. Are they really going to do that again? I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. I want it to be, because I love these games. I would love for this to go on for a couple of years. I wish the keyboard would come back. That's not in Rock Band 4, but I don't know. We'll see. So, in either case, I don't know. I'm not sure what this is. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little look at Guitar Hero Live. I think maybe it might be fun in the future to watch these trailers in real time and just kind of zip around and react to them. But yeah, let me know if you enjoy this format. It's just kind of a way of me getting out some of my thoughts when I don't have a podcast to do so. You know, let me know on Twitter. Comment below and give me your feedback. Let me know, what you think about Guitar Hero Live, about the impending Rock Band Guitar Hero rematch. And let me know what else you'd like to see on the channel. Please like, subscribe, all that stuff. It helps out, gets my visibility out there, and helps me dedicate the time to doing this stuff. So, yeah, see you guys.